Hey there everyone, I got this set of fire blankets for my household and my vehicle, so that way if there was ever a fire, I could easily put it out. These are 100% glass fiber blankets, and they're able to put out various types of fire, including electrical or liquid-based fires. So in the event of an emergency, all you have to do is pull those two black tabs and the fire blanket will release from the bottom of the pouch. It's just held on by Velcro, and there you can see the fiberglass blanket. Before relying on this, I figured I'd better test it out and make sure that it would be able to actually put a fire out, or even just the proper way to do it. There was only one time that my cast iron skillet got so hot that the oil actually ignited, and I just ended up taking the pan outside and setting it down on my porch because I didn't have any method of putting the fire out. This fire blanket would have been a much better option because I had to pick the hot pan up, I had to open the side door, I had to carry it outside, whereas I would have been able to just drape it over and smother the fire out. So outside here, I staked the fire blanket down to a log so that it was simulating like it was hanging in my cabinet, and then I could just pull the tabs and get the blanket out. So I've got the cast iron skillet super hot, and I'm placing it on this stump. So I've already removed it from the heat source, which you're supposed to do, but I'm doing that beforehand. And so I'll start the fire by pouring some oil on there and letting it self-ignite. If this was in my kitchen, there'd be so much smoke. But the fire starts, I reach over, I just pull the tabs, the blanket comes out and unfolds, and all you have to do is drape it over top of the fire. And you want to leave it over top that until it cools off. And that's why you remove it from the heat source. If you mess with it before it's completely cooled off, it will reignite, as you can see right there. And so then I'm touching it to see how close I can get it to the fire, how close it is to the flames, and how well it handles that. And it just sat there and smothered it out, but every time I picked it up, it would reignite. So it's really important to just leave it. I wanted to see how well it would smother out a combustible fire, and so I just covered it up and left it alone to see how much it burnt after it was covered. That really dark spot on the blanket is where I tapped it down to actually touch the oil that was in the pan, and it still didn't catch on fire or anything. But here's what was remaining from my combustibles after I'd covered it up and let it cool off without messing with it. So I was pretty happy with the results. And here's what the underside looked like after both those fires that I tested it on. So I'm just going to wipe it down and remove any kind of ash or dust or anything from it. And I'm going to fold it back up and put it inside the case so I can use it again later. I figured a good spot for the fire blanket is under the kitchen sink. So I got this hook here and I adhered it to the door, and I'm just going to hang the fire blanket in there, and hopefully I never have to use it. After testing this out, I was really satisfied with it, and it's going to give me some good peace of mind that I have something that will be able to protect my family. I highly recommend these fire blankets.